sky, hello blue. There's nothing can hold me when I hold you. It feels so right, it can't be wrong. Rocking and rolling all week long. Sunday, Monday, happy days. Tuesday, Wednesday, happy days. Thursday, Friday, happy days. Saturday, what a day. Grooving all week with you. These days are ours. Chilling with me. These days are ours. These happy days are yours and mine. These happy days are yours and mine. Happy days.
Ah, hi. Okay, so I just love dancing to that song. So today is June the 1st, Thursday. So I'm going to read the Testaments because I am dying to find out what happens. So I haven't practiced my cadence and my voice control and changing my voice so that it's not monotone. Okay? And I got a little mic over there, lads and lasses. So I'm going to read. I am. But Cherry Denise is way better than I am. I'm serious. But we all have our talents, you know. Okay, here we go. Hello, hello. This is Romeo calling from a jackpot telephone. Shame, shame, but I love your name and the way you make the buffalo roam. Who can guess what that song was? Who wrote that and sang that song? And the first person who comments, I'll give you $10. I'll mail it to you if you can guess what that song was. So yesterday we left off at page 45. Okay. This is the Testament, Margaret Atwood. This is in particular for Margaret Atwood fans or for Handmaid's Tale fans. And I was going to say Handmaid's Tale fins because has means. Ooh. When you get the menopause, it really does affect your memory. And if you watch Tea and Therapy with Emma, she's 2 years younger than I am. And she's a trained therapist. And she takes what's going on with celebrity and gives it a normalized twist. It's an amazing channel. So I'm going to stop talking and I'm going to start reading the Testaments, page 45. 1, 2, 3, go. Street people and going into shops and making pests of themselves. Some people were rude to them, but Melanie never was because she said it served no purpose. They always appeared in twos. They had white pearl necklaces and smiled a lot, but not real smiling. They would offer Melanie their printed brochures with pictures of tidy streets, happy children, and sunrises, and titles that were supposed to lure you into Gilead. Fallen. God can still forgive you. Homeless. There is a home for you in Gilead. There was always at least one brochure about baby Nicole. Quote, give back baby Nicole, unquote. Baby Nicole belongs in Gilead, unquote. We've been shown a documentary about baby Nicole at school. Her mother was a handmaid and she smuggled baby Nicole out of Gilead. Baby Nicole's father was a top brass, nasty Gilead commander. Just to interrupt there, when they do The Handmaid season 6, Are they going to be basing it on this? Or is it going to be the last season? And then are they doing this as a show? I read part of this yesterday, but I remember now. Don't worry about the menopause and my memory. I'm fine. There was at least one brochure about baby Nicole. Give baby Nicole back. Baby Nicole belongs to Gilead. We've been shown a documentary about baby Nicole at school. Her mother was a handmaid, and she'd smuggled baby Nicole out of Gilead. Baby's father was a top brass, super nasty Gilead commander. And the reason I stopped there is because Nick, in The Handmaid's Tale, I think we're going to find out more about Nick's past in season 6. I'd really love to know that because his character's been a real mystery. And the actor, his name is Max something. And he was also in that movie Into the Woods with Rachel Evan Woods. And I just can't see Nick being bad, but you never know. That's why I paused. Baby Nicole's father was a top brass, super nasty commander. So there had been a huge uproar, and Gilead had demanded her return so she could be reunited with the legal parents. Canada had dragged its feet and then caved in and said they would make every effort, but by that time baby Nicole had disappeared and had never been found. Now baby Nicole was the poster child for Gilead. On every Pearl Girls brochure, there was the same picture of her. She looked like a baby, nothing special. She was practically a saint in Gilead, said our teacher. She was an icon for us, too. Every time there was an anti-Gilead protest in Canada, there would be the picture and slogans like Baby Nicole, symbol of freedom, or Baby Nicole, leading the way. How can a baby lead the way? Is this the Emperor of China? Like, seriously. And it's true, there was an Emperor of China. I basically disliked baby Nicole since I had to do a paper on her. I remember this. I got a C. I'd said she was being used as a football by both sides, and it would be the greatest happiness of the greatest number just to give her back. The teacher had said I was callous and should learn to respect other people's rights and feelings. And I said people in Gilead were people, and shouldn't their rights and feelings be respected too? She'd lost her temper, and I said I needed to grow up, which was maybe true. I'd been aggravating on purpose, but I was angry about the C. Now, I read that yesterday. Sorry. We're on page 46, but my mouth is getting dry. I'm getting a glass of water. I'll be back in 2 seconds. And if you don't want to wait for me to come back, then just, I don't know, stop the video and come back. And then, anyways, back in 2 seconds. I'm just getting water. Or coffee. Okay. Every time the Pearl Girls came, Melanie would accept the brochures and promise to keep a pile of them as point of sale. POS. Sometimes she would even give me some of the old brochures back to them. They collected the leftover ones for use in the countries. Why do you do that? I asked her. when I was 14 and talking a greater and talking a wait. I asked her when I was 14 and talking a greater interest in politics. Neil says we're atheists. You're just encouraging them. We'd had 3 modules in school on Gilead. It was terrible, a terrible place where women couldn't have jobs or drive cars, and there were handmaids were forced to get pregnant like cows, except that cows had a better deal. What sort of people could be on the side of Gilead and not be some kind of monsters, especially female people? Why don't you tell them they're evil? There's no point arguing with them, said Melanie. They're fanatics. Then I'll tell them. I thought I knew what was wrong with people then, especially adult people. I thought I could set them straight. The Pearl girls were older than me. It isn't as if they were children. How could they believe all that crap? No, said Melanie quite sharply. Stay in the back. I don't want you talking to them. Why not? I can't deal. They try to con girls your age into going to Gilead with them. They'll say the Pearl girls are helping women and girls. They'll appeal to your idealism. Quote, I would never fall for that. Exclamation mark. I said indignantly. So I would never fall for that, or I would never fall for that, or I would never fall for that. Indignant. I am not fucking brain dead. Oh, I love this. This chick is so cheeky. I would never fall for that, I said indignantly. I am not fucking brain dead. I didn't usually swear around Melanie or Neil, but sometimes those words just slipped out. And can we all relate to that? Especially when you're forced about Gilead. Watch the potty mouth, said Melanie. It makes a bad impression. Sorry, but I'm not. Of course not, said Melanie. But just leave them alone. If I take the brochures, they go away. Are their pearls real? Fake, said Melanie. Everything about them is fake. You know what's interesting about that and religion? And I'm going to get slammed for saying this, but you know what? I feel like Piers Morgan and Megyn Kelly today. Do you ever find that people hide behind religion because they think that if they follow those rules, it'll make them a good person? And I find a lot of religious people very hypocritical. And it's almost as though I was talking to this gentleman that I knew a while ago, and he kindly subscribed to the channel, that you can have a relationship with God because there is something more powerful. And it's not like pulling back the Wizard of Oz the way Meghan Markle did and the way Harry did with the palace. I'm so sick about hearing them. I can't even watch videos about them anymore. I really can't. Anyways, let's go to chapter 9. Okay, I'll read the first page and then I really do have to go. This is so fun. Despite all that she did for me, Melanie had a distinct smell. She smelled like a floral guest soap in a strange house I was visiting. What I mean is, she didn't smell to me like my mother. One of my favorite books at the school library when I was younger was about a man who got himself into a wolf pack. This man could never take a bath because the wolf pack scent would wash off and then the wolves would reject him. With Melanie and me, it was more like we needed to add on the layer of pack scent, the thing that would tag us as us together, but that never happened. We were never very snuggly. Also, Neil and Melanie weren't like the parents of kids I knew. They were too careful around me, as if I was breakable. It was like I was a prize cat. They were cat sitting. You take your own cat for granted. You'd be casual about it. But someone else's cat would be another story, because if you lost the cat, you would feel guilty about it in a completely different way. Another thing, the kids from this school had pictures of themselves, a lot of pictures. Their parents documented every minute of their lives. Some of the kids even had photos of themselves being born, which they brought to show and tell. Could you imagine? I watched enough of dead ringers and women giving birth. I used to think that she was gross, bloody, and great big legs with a little head coming out between them. Sorry. And they had baby pictures of themselves, hundreds of them. These kids could hardly burp without some adult pointing a camera. That's pretty funny. Okay, we're on page 48. So do you know, since March the 23rd, I've read out loud with all of you page, well, I don't know, all of this. But there's still this much to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a video, read the book, then upload it. Have a great day, lads and lasses. I really hope you enjoyed the Testaments by Margaret Atwood. I'd love to read it in an Irish accent. Despite all that she did for me, Melanie had a distinct smell. And Neil and Melanie weren't like real parents of the kids. No, I knew they were too careful around me. Anyway. Have a lovely day. Don't go away. I'll see you tomorrow on Singing Saturday. Oh no, tomorrow's Friday. I mean a Friday night. Have a great day, everybody.